Hello everybody, welcome to Mr. Naylor's class. I'm Mr. Naylor, and today what we're going to learn is how to write an equation in standard form of a line that passes through given points. Now the given points that we have are -7, 13 and -2, 3. And we're going to write an equation in standard form of a line that goes through these two. So the first thing that we're going to do with this is we're going to find the slope. Now, the formula that I'm going to use for finding slope is going to be y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. So what I'm going to do with these 2 points here is I'm going to label them x1, y1, x2, y2. And I'm going to plug those into the formula. So I got 13 minus 3. And then I have -7 minus -2. So 13 minus 3 we know is 10. -7 minus -2. A negative and a negative, don't forget a negative and a negative make a positive, right? So now we have -7 plus 2, which is -5. 10 divided by -5 is -2. So the slope is -2. Now the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to write this slope and one of these 2 points, either these two or these two, in this formula. Y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. This formula is called point slope form. So I know what the slope is. The slope is -2, and you can either use these 2 or these 2 points and put them in for x1 and y1. I'm just going to put the 2 points on the left. So I got y minus y1 is 13 equals, the slope is -2 right here, and then my x value is -7, so I'm going to put x minus -7. We got the negative sign from the formula, but we also have a -7. Now we know that 2 negatives, again, make a positive. So I'm going to make sure that I write the formula like this. Y minus 13 equals -2 x plus 7. Now the third and final step we're going to do is we're going to take this right here and we're going to simplify it and we're going to write it in standard form. So what I mean by that is we're going to write it in ax plus by equals c form. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the distributive property. I'm going to multiply -2 times x and -2 times 7. So I get y minus 13 equals -2x minus 14. Now I have to get the x on the left-hand side, and I have to get this number on the right-hand side. So it's in standard form. Now in order for me to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm either going to add 13 first or I'm going to add 2x first. It doesn't matter. I'm going to add 13 first. So I add 13 to both sides. These two 13s cancel. And I get y equals -2x. -14 plus 13 is -1. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2x to both sides. So I get 2x plus y equals -1. It's my final answer. That is now in standard form. That is the equation in standard form of a line that passes through those 2 points. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you another problem to try on your own. I want you to pause the video after I give you this problem, and I want you to try it on your own. Once you've tried it on your own, we'll go through the answer together and see if you got it right. So let's put -3, 6, and 3 -12. Go ahead and pause the video, follow these 3 steps, write this in standard form, and when you're done, press the play button. We'll do it together and we'll see if you got the right answer. Okay, let's see how to do this one. So first thing that we're going to do again is we are going to label these points. That's x1, y1, x2, and y2. And I'm going to put those into the slope formula. The slope formula is again is y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. Now in books and in other videos, you might see it as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You'll get the same answer. I think this one's easier to use. That's why I like to use it. So I'm going to put 6 minus -12 over -3 minus 3. Now again, we know that 2 negatives make a positive. So 6 plus 12 is 18. -3 minus 3 is -6. 18 divided by -6 is -3. So the slope is -3. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to put this slope in for m in the formula. And I also want to put either these 2 points or these 2 points in for x and y. Generally, I like to choose digits that are smaller, maybe if both of them are positive, maybe if one of them has a 0. I take a look at these, they're both about the same, so I'm just going to choose these 2 to put in for this formula. So I got y minus, the y value over here is 6, equals the slope we already found is -3. Then I got x minus -3. We know 2 negatives make a positive. So I'm going to write this as y minus 6 equals -3, x plus 3. This is in point slope form. Now we want to simplify this point slope form so it looks like this. This is called standard form. Now in order to do that, again, what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to do the distributive property. Got -3 times x, -3 times 3. So I got y minus 6 equals -3x. -3 times 3 is -9. And again, I want to get the x on the left-hand side. I want to move that to the left. And I also want to get the -6 over there on the right, because the number's got to be on the right by themselves. So it doesn't matter what I do first. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. So I got y equals -3x minus 3. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add 3x to both sides. I want to get rid of this whole 3x. So in standard form, I'm going to write the x first. I got 3x plus y equals -3. And that is the answer. That is how we write an equation in standard form of a line that goes through 2 given points. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you in the next one.